Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's the J Gemini. Tonight I'm bringing you a video that I am so excited about. This is actually going to be my first watch video actually in the channel. This is something that I've really wanted, fallen in love with. It has definitely been a dream watch of mine for a while now. So just jumping right in so you can actually see it. Got a package in the mail. And we actually have our Yojimbo, which just came out. But even though it's brand new, quickly falling in love with it. It's utilitarian. Haven't had a lot of warning clips in my life. Had a ZT0609, 609 I think it's what it's called, 809. Big O 4-inch frame lock folder. This really just is, I don't know. Definitely there'll be something coming out on that. But this on the other hand. So this watch is actually a version of a watch. Same model family. The version that I fell in love with actually ended up getting discontinued and the prices skyrocketed, which I definitely kick myself all the time about not getting that. And hopefully one day I'll get that. It's my grail of this particular brand, my ultimate of this particular brand. Although a 20 grand AP Royal Oak compressor diver is my unrealistic grail, right? So yeah, I don't know about that, but anyways, this is just as cool in my opinion, and from my favorite watch brand. Ooh, yeah. So, actually, this is what I've been wearing for a very long time. Is KX, and it's a beater that I got for $160, and it just runs like a top. I hope one day to mod this and just up this watch, not try and change it into a Rolex clone or something like that. This is definitely a brother of this watch. So I'm excited about this. Now, genuinely, you can see, oh man, I was gonna say I haven't opened it. Ooh, that is so smooth. I hope it aligns perfectly. That'd be crazy when you get a bezel that doesn't perfectly align. Look at that, that is so beautiful. So this is, just get it out of the pillow here. So this is a Seiko Monster. The serial number of this guy, well, doesn't say. Usually I'm decently okay about, yeah, SRPD27, sorry. This is a wonderful watch. It's gorgeous. I love this sort of patinaed lume look. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So, like I was saying, I love the look of this watch. Now, the cool thing about the SPD is the Monster actually has been through multiple generations. Starting in the 90s, I believe, is when they actually made the first one. And then slowly after that, they started making generations. And this is the 4th gen. Now the 3rd gen Jade Monster. Clearly you'd understand why I love that one the most. The Jade Monster is actually the version of the watch that I sort of fell in love with and got into. The Monster is, yeah, that's like my ultimate Seiko that I want to get. So that one, when it was new, was selling as of a Japan limited edition exclusive of about $530. And never pulled the trigger. That's a lot of money, in my opinion. And when they discontinued, they went up to $1,100 and $1,200. these guys are already starting to go up. So that does drive me crazy that it does my OCD really kicks in with something like that, that the click doesn't actually lock it completely up and down. It is what it is. Just have to adjust it myself like that. But it's kind of cool that there's these divots on the side of the case, just one of the cool features about it. And that's what I was wanting to say is with the fourth generation that this is, they sort of cleaned it up. The third generation was a lot more utilitarian looking. It had these big guards that ended up sticking out. It had this really cool tooltastic knurled crown, and this, they definitely sort of just did the whole minimalism type thing, right? They took off all the things that they needed to, but still kept it a monster through and through. And it's on this excellent rubber strap that is really nice with this really big metal retainer, and also a signed one, as well as a signed buckle, which got this really big, bulky style. Some people like the huge D-ring leather. You can see the Ikugawa wave there, as well as on the back. And the finishing is just divine. Man. As you can see, you have the big Cyclops there for the date. And this is the, I want to say 6R34 is the movement. Let me see if I can see in here. I don't even know if that's a movement that I just said on. Anywho, it's a, yeah, 4R63, sorry. So this is basically an upgraded movement of the, what is this? Sorry, I'm just so beside myself. I know it's something 27. But yeah, this is a hand winding movement. And you can also hack it, while the one that is in the Seiko 5s as well as in the good old SKX over there is not hackable. So that basically means that when you set the time, you can't stop the hands. The hands just keep moving, and you have to kind of, okay, now it just hit the 12-hour, and put it exactly on one of the indices instead of being able to stop it like this. Set it, wait until the clock hits the perfect time, and then release the hand. Now, if you're wondering, the case diameter on this guy is, the case diameter on this guy is about 42 millimeters. And while we have the brothers together, I can't wait to put this on my wrist. We'll save that for a second. Ooh, that threading on that crown is really smooth. So here is the legend next to the monster. My gosh, let me put it in. So, as you can see, one is not greatly different from the other. I like this sort of creamy lume. I think it definitely looks good next to something like that on a table. Okay. The weight is not anything over the top. Now the cool thing is that the bezels on this are actually not too expensive to get. There isn't a bezel insert. It's a full-on bezel that's painted. But if it really bothered me about the unalignment, I could try to buy another bezel and see if it works any better. That is just nice. See, and that's the thing, is that this looks has that classic diver tool-tastic, which is why I love Seiko as my favorite brands. Divers are my favorite type of watch, and they have just such a history on their watches themselves, whether it's something like the newest Shogun that they came out with, or of course the Samurai, the Turtle that is, or the predecessor of the Turtle, the SKX, or the 150 millimeter 150 meter diver that was before that. Was it the 7027 or something like that? 7016, yeah, anywho, it was a diver before the SKX. Looks very similar, but I'm just gonna stop blabbering. Wow. Yeah, this is just great. Let me see if I can go grab a light for a Lume Shot. Give me 1 second. Okay, back. So here's a Lume Shot. Let's just give it the full beans, 4,000 lumens, and go. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is actually like an aqua blue instead of the green that I'm so used to with Seikos. So that's very interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, I wonder why it's just, if that's a thing with the newer Seikos, or is that just something they've done here? Now, Seiko has some of the best lume in the game, and honestly, the fit and finish, like on the one thing about the SKX is the chapter ring can be misaligned. That usually drives me crazy. This one is, but it doesn't drive me crazy because it actually moves. It's loose on this one, so it constantly changes, so it doesn't for some reason drive me as crazy if it was just fixed in one place. This, because if you can actually see on the dial, the chapter ring actually fits around the indices. They're basically perfectly aligned, and the indices themselves have this nice chrome, and it pops off the dial, has a nice sort of satin on the dial itself, an applied Seiko logo that's with paint instead of it being an actual piece of metal. I believe this is their Hardlex crystal. So yes, this thing is just so great. Let's try and see. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm just really stoked. I absolutely love this thing. Overall, the quality is just so nice. The polishing there with the sharp lines there. The way that it looks very elevated. This would be fine under a suit cuff, you know, at work or in a high-end, you know, job or whatever, but just as well as on the beach, going in the water, using it day to day on the grind. It's amazing. Yeah, that's all I can say. So that is our 4th gen SRPD27 Seiko Monster. Not much to say, haven't really worn it too much, but I gotta say I'm smitten. So I hope you enjoyed. There is a lot of different content to come down the pipelines with a lot of different knives and such. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like and a comment below. I always like to hear any questions or how I'm doing, as well as a subscribe if you did like the content, as I am a small channel that is aggressively trying to grow. Of course, I can't thank you enough for taking time to go ahead and watch this. There's so many other great YouTubers you could be watching right now. Of course, I hope everybody enjoys the start to the week. Everybody stays safe. Have a great night. Peace.